Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you a very good loot route for Streets of Tarkov. I personally use this loot route as well, and if you just follow this route, you'll make millions of rubles every raid. Now, the first building we're going to go to, if we spawn on this side of the map, if we spawn on the hotel side of the map, either the new expansion, or over there, over here, we will go first to the post office. Now, the post office is going to be right down here. There's two entrances into the building that we want to loot in here. There's going to be the post office side itself, and then there's going to be the cafe side. I like to go in from the cafe side personally. Now, once you go in here, there's going to be two sides to enter the loot room building. There's going to be this side from the cafe and the other side from the outside part. Now, you can loot in here as well. Inside of here, on these chairs and tables, different things can spawn, like whiskey and some stimulators. Over here on this table and chairs, same thing. See some vodka right there. Some bullets can spawn here as well, rare bullets. In here, there's a couple computers, but the main thing in here that you want to loot, if you do loot down here, are the shelves. Not shelves, filing cabinets. There's a lot of filing cabinets here that you can loot. Now, the chunk of the loot, though, is going to be up here. What we're going to do is we're going to run down here. We want to go through these two double doors. We want to go up here, and in this cradle right here can spawn some rare stuff. Next to these computers can spawn a graphics card and various other tech items. And then we want to go up here on the second floor. This dead scav has some good loot on him. Here on the ground can spawn some decent stuff like condensed milk. Around here, just look around, especially on shelves like this. You can find some good loot. Pretty much just look all around here for loot, but the chunk of the loot is going to be up here. Once you walk up this little broken ceiling, you want to run like this and get to this part here, these two open doors. Once you go in here, there will be rare loot spawn right here where the big head is. Just aim your cursor if you don't see anything, and just move it a little bit in a circle and see if you get a white dot to show up, because you can find Bitcoin pretty much in the ground. Over here on the table can spawn some food items, as well as over here. Going inside of this room here, I believe on the ground here, on the table here, ground here, and the chair there can spawn things like rollers, Bitcoin, GP, and here as well. Just pretty much look all around for items. Keep an eye out. Now, into the next building, into the next room. Once you go in here, you can check on right here. Some stuff can spawn there, mostly ammo. Check on this table here for food and whiskey. I believe this chair can spawn things as well. And here as well, things can spawn all around. Pretty much just look through these rooms. And then from here, just go forward, run down here. Right here on this little shelf can spawn some good loot, especially LCDs. And pretty much just look through these shelves. Look through the dead scav that's going to be up above. Over here. Once we go up here, there's going to be some loot here as well. Some loot here as well. And just loot all around in general. Computer here, and this is the dead scav, I believe down there it is, or maybe it's over here that it spawns. I can't remember, but there will be a dead scav somewhere around here. Now, anyway, in here, stuff spawns here. So I believe stuff spawns in here as well. In here, some stuff spawns, but not much. And in this room, some pretty decent stuff spawns right here. Usually an SG comm spawns there. And that's pretty much it for this building here. If you haven't filled up your backpack, then keep moving on. Now once we get to the first floor, what I like to do personally is I like to open this door here from the cafe side, go outside to the playground area, and then take a right and go to this open door right here. Once I go to this open door, you'll see a dead scav. Loot the dead scav, he has some good loot on him. But in this box right here, you can find rare stuff like stims. And then in these shelves here, this is going to be the chunk of the loot, as well as filing cabinets you can loot as well. On these shelves, usually things like sewing kits and defuel spawns, so you can fill up your backpack with some pretty good one-slot items. And then going from here, we're going to go over to the Chek 15 building. Now once we get over here near the playground is going to be right over there where my laser is, pretty much. And this is going to be to the left of the post office. There will be a dead scav right by this minivan. It has some quite good loot on it. And then going from that minivan, you just want to run a little bit further down here. And there will be a metal door here. And once you open this metal door, you are in the Chek 15 building. Now going up here, on this broken down ceiling, you'll find some rare loot just right here. And on this dead scav too, some good loot spawn. Once you go in here, in this room here, can spawn some pretty good ammo in here. And overall just expensive food items like whiskey. And then over here, sometimes on the ground and on this shelf here, you can find things like condensed milk. Now going from there, you want to run down here, open this room here, and pretty much just look all around this room. On the shelf here can spawn stuff. Filing cabinets are good to loot as well. And then I believe in this suitcase here can spawn some rare loot. Now going from here, there's some more filing cabinets here. Another dead scav here you can loot. Some stuff can spawn on these on these shelves as well. On these shelves, I believe stuff can spawn as well. On this table, on this computer, in this computer, there's some good stuff usually. And on this chair, usually you will find some pretty decent stuff. But the main chunk of the loot is going to be right here. Usually right there and right there. Some rare stuff will spawn, like golden roosters. And then in here, just look all around the table for loose loot like sugar, rare ammo, hot rods, tarpolo. Going from there, we want to go in here. There will be a duffel bag for you to loot. Usually it always spawns there. And then over here on the ground and on the shelves, sometimes things like sugar can spawn. Over here, things like syringes and other medical items can spawn. Usually here, there's also a medical toolbox you can loot as well. Over here on these shelves, you can find some stuff as well. On the ground here. And usually here there will also be another duffel bag that you can loot. Now going from here, you want to go over here. And usually in this building, in this part of the building, on the ground and on the table here, you will find various food items. Sometimes you can find whiskey and moonshine as well. And then another big part of the building that's going to have a lot of loot is going to be down here. Down here, over here, and over here, you will find a lot of rare loot usually. Things like GP coins, golden roosters, moonshine, etc. And then from there, you want to go up to the 3rd floor. Now this is going to be where the Chek 15 and all of that, and gate and iron gate or whatever is going to be up here. Now I'm not going to open any key rooms here. We're just going to talk about the open rooms. I believe in this bed as well where stuff can spawn. And once you go down here, in this bed I believe also some rare stuff can spawn. Now going from there, you want to take a right. And then right in this corner here, can spawn a graphics card and other tech item. And then in this part of the building, you'll find just food, sugar, etc. And then from there, as you can see on the ground as well, in general, stuff spawns too, so always look at the ground here and there. And in this building, which is a quest building for Proper, you will find just various food items and loose loot. And from there, just open the door. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Now in order to get out of here, you want to open this door here. Now, we are going to decide which building we go to next. So once we're at this point, what we do, or what I do, is I look at the extract. So I see I have crash site extract. And since I have crash site extract, which is one of the new extracts, it is at Concordia. Now, since I have a extract at Concordia, I will go Lexos first and then Concordia. But if I have an extract that's closer to Lexos than it is to Concordia, then I will go to that extract from Lexos. So I would go Concordia first and then Lexos. But since my extract is closer to Concordia, I will go Lexos first. Now, you want to make sure you do this right, because if you don't go the way I go, then you will blow up to landmines. There are landmines on the grass and on the road here. So just stay between these barricades right here. Just run like so. Usually though, I don't go through here. I will go all the way around through the grocery store over there, around the back, and then take a left. But if there are no raiders here, and it is somewhat early in the raid, you can run through here. Now, I personally would not loot in here, as there is usually a lot of Scav players who come in here, and PMCs, and it's a bit hectic when you go in here. But there is just various loot in here, duffel bags and whatnot. But the main chunk of the loot is going to be over here on the left in this building. Now, once you go up here to this building, open up this door here, and over here on these shelves and on this on the top of these filing cabinets can spawn things like Bitcoin, stems as well, and in here on this table right here can spawn rare loot like golden roosters. Over here on here it can spawn various things like syringes, Lexos, leave on the ground as well. And overall, just look on top of these tables, there will just be various things that spawn there. And some duffel bags can spawn as well, like right here, and over there as well. Now from here, you want to go over here to the right. And in here, usually you will find a lot of meds, things like stims, surf kits, ibuprofen, a lot of various loot. Right from there, right up here. And then right here on these shelves, and on top of this filing cabinet, you can also spawn rare. That's going to be it for the Lexos building, and from here, we are going to go to the Concordia building. And over here as well, you want to make sure you route yourself correctly. Make sure you go on this side of the road, because there are also mines here as well. And going from there, we're going to run down here, and we're going to go into these Gale or whatever Concordia building. This is separate from Concordia, but I still call it Concordia, because it's right next to it. But pretty much in this building, just look over here. My character's screwed up. But yeah, just look over here on the ground, pretty much, behind this desk, and sometimes you can find a lot of decent items, like vitamins, different food items, and I believe a Ledex can also spawn there as well. And once you're in here, there are multiple duffel bags you can find there. I believe there. Just a lot of duffel bags in this place. And then once I'm done loading this, I will break this glass and run to the right. Take another right. Take another right. And then we'll go inside here. Once you're inside here, you will go up to the second floor. And then once you go in here, there's some loot in here on these cement blocks. Here as well. here as well. But the main chunk of the loot is going to be over here. Now this is all open, you don't need keys for this. Here on the ground, rare loot can spawn. Right there as well. And here things like whiskey can spawn. And the main chunk of the loot is going to be in here. Right here on this like table thing, you can find Bitcoin. Right here on this table you can find intel. And the main loot is going to be in here. Right in this thing can spawn things like, I think, vertexes, mostly stims. Make sure you go close in this and move your mouse around, since sometimes they can phase through the box and you won't see them. And as well, all around here, things like food can spawn. Now, going from there, what I like to do is I like to run all the way down here to the basement. This makes it a lot safer, that way you don't have to cross to Concordia out in the open. Now, just run to the basement here. And then in the basement, there's various things you can loot, like toolboxes, but the main thing you want to go to is going to be the basement key. Now, just keep running forward, and then once you see the red on the left, go over to the red. Now, this key is going to be called the Concordia security room key. It is very cheap to buy. I believe it's around 40k rubles. And all you do is just go here, open it. And inside of here, there is going to be various rare attachments sometimes, like this SFG, as well as some magazines that spawn here, around various other rare attachments as well. There's going to be a quest item right there for a quest as well, and 2 computers. Some stuff can spawn here, more attachments, but the main chunk of the loot is going to be this safe. This safe usually has very good loot. Now, going from there, what we're going to do is we're going to keep on going. And this is only if I don't have my bag filled up. Usually my bag is filled up already by now, but if I don't, then I'll go to Concordia 64. Now, what you want to do is go over here, and all you do is just run straight up. Run straight up to the second floor, where it says 2. And then I take a right, and we are now at Concordia 64. The Concordia 64 key just looks like this. You can also buy the Concordia Apartment 64 office room key. These are 2 different keys. This one opens Concordia 64, and this one is inside Concordia 64. So you don't have to buy the second key. The first key is the chunk of the loot. This key is also pretty good. Now, we're going to open this. And now, inside of here, there's going to be various loot that you can find. Now, the chunk of the loot is going to be in here, in this room. Most of the loot you're going to find is going to be here on the couches and on the table, as well as around it. And you can find things like Bitcoin, horses, cats, whatever else. In here, there is some loot as well. Mostly food you will find here. And then, going from there, this is going to be that second key I was talking about. Once you open this key, things will spawn, I believe, here as well. Here as well. But most of the things you're going to find are going to be here on this table and on the ground here, as well as 2 computers. You can find things like graphics cards and various other tech items. And now that we're done with Concordia, we now go to extract. So usually once I'm done looting, I will usually break this and I will run over there. But just for safety reasons, we will run all the way down here to the basement. This is what everybody should do. I personally just don't usually do this because I'm a Giga Chad, but if you're a Timmy, do that. Pretty much you just run over here to this little ramp, and as you can see, we have the crash site extract. Now this is a brand new extract added in this patch with the expansion, and all you do is run down here. As you can see, there's a helicopter. All you do is run to the helicopter, run behind the helicopter, and you extract. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video, though I will say, if you spawn on the Lexos side of the map, what you would do is you would just first go to either Lexos or Concordia, and then from there, you would go vice versa, for example, Lexos to Concordia, or Concordia to Lexos, and then you would go from there to Chek 15, to Post Office, to Dead Scav, and usually over there you will have either the sewer extract or the elevator extract. The elevator extract is the new extract in the new expansion. It is quite easy to do. I recommend just looking it up. And that is pretty much going to be your routes you want to take. I recommend going nighttime streets as well. Usually you will have less scavs aggroed on you as they have reduced vision, and it's going to be a lot easier to maneuver around. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you do, leave a like and consider subscribing so I can make more guides and videos like this. Thank you.